Hi, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Not Aspirational. I'm your host, Hannah Aaron Brown, and I am so excited for today's episode because today I am joined by a dear friend of the pod. She is the hilarious and brilliant mind behind your favorite Instagram account, Laguna Biatch, and the pop culture expert behind the hit podcasts Beyond the Blinds and Nostalgia Now. She's your go-to person for all things millennial nostalgia. Y'all, please welcome to the show, Kelli Williams.
What an intro. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to be on your podcast. Like, how exciting.
Oh my gosh. I feel like the last time we did it had to be like 2020, like many months ago. I'm so thrilled to have you here. First of all, just as we get into it, I wanted to ask, like, obviously you co-host Beyond the Blinds, hugely successful, but you also just brought back your own show, Nostalgia and Now. How are you feeling?
It's definitely weird to be doing it like solo again and trying to figure out like how I want the show to sound, how I want it to be, but I have really fun guests lined up, so I'm excited. Hannah will be on eventually.
Oh my gosh, I'd be honored.
And yeah, I'm having fun just like not talking about the most rotted things in the world.
Mm-hmm. Can I be fully honest with you? I literally had to take a Beyond the Blinds break because I was like, I will never be able to enjoy entertainment again.
Yeah,
because everyone is rotted.
Yeah, it's really hard, and that's why Troy and I take our like 2-week breaks twice a year because we're like we need to like completely be cut off from it.
You need to like cleanse yourselves of the toxic celebrity culture. How is it going on Beyond the Blinds? I need to tune in, but like, are you guys covering like Epstein Files stuff?
We are. We do have an Epstein episode behind a paywall, of course.
Of course.
But we just released an episode where we compared Blink Twice to the Epstein Files, but also like Diddy. So that was probably one of my favorite episodes we've done in a long time.
And that's behind a paywall?
No, that one's public.
Okay, I might have to dive back in. I have to like do a little mental health check before I listen to Beyond the Blinds and be like, how dark am I feeling spiritually and like, can I handle this? But like, I do have to get into it also because I thought Blink Twice was so good.
It was so good. And just so you know, the way I have my therapy, I stack it before we record on Tuesday. So I have like a 15-minute break and then I record.
Honestly, smart.
Yeah.
Do you ever, but what if you have a session where you're like crying, like snotting everywhere, and then you're just like, hey, Troy?
For some reason, I can turn it off.
That is incredible.
I don't know if that makes me like crazy.
No.
But I just like turn it off.
No, it's the life of a showgirl. You're Sheena Shea, you're Taylor Swift. You can do it with a broken heart.
Very Sheena Shea of me.
But you're not doing it with a broken heart. You're actually engaged right now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How is wedding planning going? How is engaged life?
It's great. No wedding planning yet. We're definitely that couple who's probably going to be engaged for like 4 years and then like elope.
Obsessed.
Is what
Honestly,
we're figuring out.
Elopement is so chic.
Yeah. And like, I have so many friends from all over the country, and I don't know. I don't want to be like, well, I know you're in LA and I want you to come, but like, it's okay if you can't come. No worries if not.
Yeah. Yeah. I think whatever you do, it will be gorgeous. And you and Blair are going to have the most gorgeous day ever. And just my unsolicited advice is just like literally do whatever you want because people are always going to have opinions, but it's like your day. It's like the one day of your life where you can be as selfish as you want.
I know. And that's like a lot of power for me because I'm very much like a pleaser. Mm-hmm. Like I like to please everybody.
Do whatever the fuck you want. I literally uninvited people for my wedding and I never looked back. I said, thank God.
Wow.
Yeah. And as a people pleaser, that was scary.
Yeah. You have to do that to like just protect yourself.
Have to protect yourself, protect your aura, protect your partner, protect the vibes. Okay, you mentioned on your first episode when you brought back Nostalgia Now recently, you were like, okay, like I don't, like you said, like I don't fully know what I want this show to be. It's going to be a little bit all over the place. I can't be caged. I can't be tamed. I can't be shamed. So in the spirit of that, because I feel the exact same way, I thought we could kind of talk about some pop culture stuff, some millennial nostalgia stuff, and just kind of like bounce around. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, let's go. I'm excited.
Okay, I have some icebreaker questions for you.
Okay. Oh, we're getting right in icebreakers. Okay.
Yeah. My first question is, what is your death row meal?
Oh, You know what? I think it would be some kind of like meat sauce pasta situation. I love like a good bolognese, and give me some like garlic bread. And I would need like a sparkling water, a Diet Dr. Pepper, a Diet Coke. And yeah, those would be my 3 drinks.
Okay, that's actually incredibly important, and I don't think we talk about this enough. I actually have like close friends I was just talking to about this. Diet Dr. Pepper does not get the flowers she deserves.
And I think that's okay, because the lovers of Diet Dr. Pepper can't deal with the Diet Coke culture.
It's so true. Like, we're like a powerful like sub community. It's like an underground band that like not a lot of people know about.
I don't want it to get more popular.
No. It's like don't like buy it out. Like, we need cases and cases available at the ready at all times at our local store. Speaking of underground bands, this is a total tangent. This morning I was working out and the instructor played the song "Everything Is All Right" by Motion City Soundtrack.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And the fact that I just knew every word without even having to think, it just took me right back to high school.
Yeah, I love them. I mean, I've never stopped listening to the music I listened to in like 2007.
And why would you?
Exactly. But that is not a song I hear often. And I know if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, this was on my MySpace and I know every word.
Yes, it was. And then I got in my car and I was like, okay, that put me in a great mood. And I like went to like Spotify radio of just like that song. And it was like Reliant K and like Hello Goodbye. And I was like,
good.
Oh my God, I feel like a freshman in high school all over again.
Honestly, some of those like religious bands like Reliant K were so good.
Yes, and I like had no idea that Reliant K was a religious band. I was just like Sunny with a high of 75. Okay, couple more. These are more like rapid fire. Matt or Ben?
Ugh, Ben.
I know they're both rotted. Don't bring it up.
No, it's okay.
Fenway Park or the Paul Revere House?
Fenway.
Okay, that's a Bostonian question because you're from Boston. Nashville or DC?
Ooh, Nashville. But I don't drink anymore. I think if I lived in Nashville sober, it would be really hard. So I like DC now that I don't drink, but Nashville will always have such a special place in my heart.
Totally. I mean, yeah, have you visited Nashville since you stopped drinking?
Yeah, I've gone a few times, and like my friends there are so cool, and they're like, thank God you stopped drinking. You know, it's like one of those situations.
Hell yeah. They're like, wow, we're having so much fun with you. This is awesome.
Like, we're not afraid of you just randomly lashing out. I'm like, yeah, isn't that nice?
You're like, hair flip. One Tree Hill or the OC?
One Tree Hill.
Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Dunkin'.
Reality TV or scripted TV?
Ooh. Scripted.
I was so wondering what you were going to say on that one, but I did think you would say scripted. Nice. I do feel like, you know what I really admire about you, Kelli? You will watch an entire show. Like, you will like front to back, like you'll watch it and then you'll know all the trivia about it. And like, I'm just like lazy in nature where like everyone's like, you should watch like Vampire Diaries. I know you're a big Vampire Diaries fan, but like the thought of like, oh my God, that's so much content, like overwhelms me. So I don't even like try, but you'll like ingest content and then form an opinion on it and like know about it.
Yes, like I love reality TV, especially now. I definitely watch way more reality than scripted, but something about like a beautifully scripted show with like gorgeous quotes and music moments, I would prefer that every day.
And I mean, if you think about it, it's like when you get into a really good scripted show, it's like, it's just like a 50-hour movie that you get to watch.
Yeah,
and like, what a beautiful feeling.
Unless you get into a show now and it's 8 episodes, then 2 years till the following season. Tell me lies.
No, tell me. Okay, wait. That's like, that's a tangent we're going to go on. Okay, so you and I were day one Tell Me Lies heads, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, that's like the Diet Dr. Pepper show. It's like, we were fucking there. We waited those painful 2 years between seasons 1 and 2 when we didn't even know if we were getting a season 2. Like, we have been there. We've seen it all.
We did the work.
We did the fucking work. I tried to read the book twice. I got bored. I just stuck with the show. Did you read the book?
No.
You're like, don't be ridiculous. How do you feel now that the show's over?
I'm sad, but I also give the creator a lot of credit for ending on a positive. You know, I think it's really easy to drag a show out and maybe not a positive, but a high. And I think it's really cool that it's all open-ended. So like maybe in 2 years we could have something. But I think it's okay to leave it where it's at. I know a lot of people were mad that the ending was kind of like silly, but I'm like, the show is insane.
100%. Yeah, I felt like I listened to the Tell Me Lies podcast. I did think it was incredibly random that Stassi hosted it, but that's neither here nor there. But I feel like I agree. It was like so many shows get beaten to death in their quest to just like last longer. And I think to be able to like end it the way they wanted to on their terms was like a smart move.
And honestly, seeing what like the internet did to The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I was like a day one show watcher with that
Same.
too. And I saw that happening with Tell Me Lies, and I really didn't like it because like I'm sure you feel the same way. Sometimes you watch a show and nobody's likable, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt about Tell Me Lies. Like Brie was okay, and Wrigley was okay, and like Pippa some whatever, you know. But
Yeah. I think it's like I felt like people do get too upset at the end of the day about like a scripted show where it's like, this isn't even real life, you guys. Like everything's fine. We're fine. Like I understand the level of investment and the passion. I appreciate it. But like the rage, the outrage about TV, people need to chill out.
Yeah, fully agree.
Do you think that Brie and Wrigley should end up together? Like should stay together?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I still like Brie, even though Brie did like something diabolical. I'm like, she had a lot going on.
You're like, she had a really tough life, which is actually a really good argument to be made.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be together. I got really pissed off at Brie in the last season because I think that she has such like a beautiful angelic face that she gets away with a lot. And because she has a traumatic backstory, people are like, oh, but she does have a traumatic backstory.
She does. And she didn't know that Lucy was lying about lying or lying for Pippa.
Yeah, that's true.
Since she didn't know that, I'm kind of like, okay, I can still like
separate it.
Like it.
Do you think the level of Lucy hate is warranted?
If you had asked me in season 2, I would have said yes. But season 3, she won me over.
I know. I think like I have a soft spot for Lucy because I'm like I've been the sad broken girl, like obsessed with a guy, like ruining my life over it. So I'm just like, she's just a baby.
Yeah. And I like being able to watch it as like a 34-year-old and be like, oh, they're 20, you know? And I feel like a lot of people don't do that, especially with Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm like, they're all 21 and idiots.
Oh my God. As a day one Summer I Turned Pretty head, I do miss that show so much. But yeah, I agree. It's like, again, I understand that, what's his name? Who's the shitty one that she almost got married to?
Jeremiah.
I understand the Jeremiah outrage, but I'm also like, it's going to be okay, you guys.
Meanwhile, I was like, I don't know. I like Jeremiah.
What won you over was that season 1 dance where he's like, I'm so pretty. And yeah. Yeah, God, a great show. Can't wait for the movie. Do you think Steven was low-key iconic in the finale?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, and I thought it was like realistic that Oliver didn't get in trouble and Steven didn't get in trouble and no one got in trouble for anything other than like the girls, kinda.
Totally. I mean, they talked about that. I feel like Megan Oppenheimer talked about that, and so did Jackson White, where it's like sometimes shitty people in life just like get away with shitty things, and like it's not fair, and you're not going to get the like revenge or the justice that you want. And I would argue that like 9 times out of 10, that's what happens, and like we have to reckon with that as individuals who have been wronged, and like kind of create our own closure. So I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah, definitely.
If you could befriend anyone on the show, who would you pick?
On Tell Me Lies?
Yeah.
Diana.
That's a good answer.
I think I would Brie, but I have to be realistic.
Yeah, I think I would go Diana or Wrigley.
Same.
But I do think if I befriended Wrigley, I would like fuck it up by hooking up with him at some point, and then it wouldn't be able to continue. I hated him in season 1.
See, I've always liked Wrigley. He was always like big dumb, just like a big dumb guy. But I know myself, and I feel like you know me quite a bit, that like I know I would be sucked into Lucy's spiral so quickly.
That is so real. That is so, because I do feel like Lucy is that girl who like, she would be like so nice to us freshman year and be like, oh my God, hey, like come into my dorm, like doors open. And we would be like, oh my God, like who is this like hot girl who like wants to be our friend? She's so nice. And then we would just get sucked into her drama. And then before we know it, we'd be like fighting with Steven on her behalf, apologizing on her behalf, getting in drunken arguments on her behalf. And it's just, it would be a nightmare.
Yeah, I'd be Steven's worst nightmare.
I would pay so much money to just like have you write like a scripted confrontation between you and Steven, and then to like pay you and Jackson White to like put it on tape and record it. Also Jackson White, I have been obsessed with him since Mrs. Fletcher.
Okay.
Did you ever watch that show?
No.
It was on HBO and it was like a limited series with Katherine Hahn and he played her son.
Oh, okay.
And he was so good in it. And he was like low key the same character kind of. And I, embarrassingly enough, like watched it. This was like in like 2019. And I was like, he's going to be a star. And I DM'd him being like, do my podcast. And he never responded. But listen, the hustle was there even back then. And I was right.
Yeah, and you gotta try. One thing that, like, I wish people would realize is, like, the worst someone can do is ignore you or tell you no.
So true.
And so you should try stuff.
That's so true. One time in Chicago, I purposely went to a concert with the intention of meeting Joe Keery, and I did meet Joe Keery. This was in like 2017 or something. And I was like, do my podcast. And he gave me like a Hotmail email address. And I was like, whoa, Hotmail, that's crazy. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. I never got rid of it. And sure enough, it didn't work.
You got like unknown sender bounce back.
I did. Or like either that or I just got ignored. But I was like, oh, that's embarrassing.
At least you tried.
At least I tried. Hillary Duff's new album. Are you familiar?
I'm not a Hillary girl.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I don't know. Growing up, I never liked her. And I think it's because I was so like Amanda Bynes heavy. Mm-hmm. And I really felt like Hillary used to get all this attention. And I'd be like, Amanda is funnier. She's better. Like, what's going on? And then I was also obsessed with like Brittany Snow and Hayden Panettiere. Mm-hmm. And I always say, because they all came up with the like Lindsay and Hillary, they don't get the respect that they deserve. Brittany is finally getting it, but took a long time.
Finally getting her flowers. Mm-hmm. And she's been so talented for so long. I'm very excited for her. And she's aging gorgeously.
Incredible.
I'm like, give me your doctor's name. Whatever you're getting is undetectable. That means it's good. What is the latest with Amanda Bynes and Hayden Panettiere? Can you give us any boots on the ground intel on those two?
I'm not sure about Amanda. She seems like very offline. Last I heard, she was doing like art shows in LA. So maybe you could go to one. I don't know. I'll text you if I ever hear one.
Please.
And as far as Hayden, she's coming out with a book, an autobiography.
Oh my gosh. Do we know, does she seem well right now? Do you have any intel on that?
She seems better.
That's good. I saw her at LAX once and we made eye contact and I was like, my childhood, everything. I wanted to be her as a kid. I always wanted to be like a hot, spunky, like, you know.
I wanted to be a hot blonde so badly.
Yeah, same. And like, I'm sorry, like she is like truly one of the most stunning people who's ever existed. Wow, that's going to be a good book.
I'm excited.
Speaking of good books coming out, have you heard that Sofia Franklyn of Call Her Daddy fame is coming out with a book?
I just saw that, and apparently Alex Cooper's sister liked the post.
That's new. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's going to be called Daddy Issues. The cover is so good. I'm honestly so excited for her.
That drama is like drama I'll never be sick of.
Me neither. And like the Alex Cooper of it all is fascinating to me. Like, what are your thoughts on Alex Cooper?
Well, this is how she talks all the time with her clucking her ears behind.
Yeah. Daddy gang.
I think she's gotten a lot better with her interviewing.
I agree.
But it took a long time to get there.
I agree.
Like, I'll never forget, she interviewed Kelsey Ballerini, and Kelsey Ballerini was like, I was involved in a school shooting. And Alex Cooper's just like, no way. And it's like...
So horrible. That's like one of those pop culture moments that should be in like a TikTok compilation.
Definitely. But like Troy and I talk about this all the time, and I'd love your opinion on this too. It's just like, it sucks that there's nobody good to interview and like sit these people down anymore. And I'm not saying Diane Sawyer was perfect or Barbara Walters was perfect, but they would sit you there and you would have to like answer for your crimes on an 8 p.m. slot for everyone to watch.
Yeah, they would hold your feet to the fire and be like, remember when you did this thing, you stupid bitch?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Not saying it was right, but it was something.
No, actually, that's so funny you say this. I was just talking to a friend about this the other day. There's this like Vanity Fair article that came out that was like people breaking, barriers in the hosting space. And it's like Jake Shane and that guy who does like Subway Talks and all these sort of like unconventional like hosts. Mm-hmm. And my friend and I were like, remember when hosts were like good?
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to be a bitch, but I do think, here I go. I do think sometimes a social media following, I think now a social media following is like the prerequisite for hosting opportunities. And that bums me out because I just feel like, yeah, it's a bygone era, like the way hosting used to be in the 90s. Either the host was like insanely charismatic and hot, or maybe they weren't insanely charismatic or insanely hot, but they were like good at interviewing and they would not get rattled by asking the tough questions.
Right. Or they could be like a Carson Daly who you could kind of paint like whatever personality you wanted on him that day.
Totally. It's like, who even is that guy? Yeah. He had to wear black nail polish to seem interesting.
Yeah. He did his best.
Yeah, he did his best. Yeah, I'm just kind of like... I think Alex Cooper, I think she's gotten a lot better and like love that for her. I do think like the aggressive shift from like the Gluck Gluck 3000 to like interviewer, like feminist icon is like kind of wild. But I will say, I think that, by the way, I'm not saying her talking about the Gluck Gluck does not make her a feminist, just so that no one takes that out of context. But I will say, like, while I am happy that I want her to get all the good interviews over Nick Viall, that should go without saying. But she's not the best interviewer in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating that, like, podcasts have become the new talk shows. And I know it's just because there's so much content out there. No one wants to, like, watch cable at 8 a.m. anymore. So the whole dynamic has changed. Yeah. But, yeah, I miss when podcasting was, like, more just a conversation. Like, you know, instead of, like, Leonardo DiCaprio talking to the Kelsey brothers about a movie. I'm like, what's going on?
No, I know. It feels like we're in a simulation. It like all feels like AI. Yeah. Like when Ben Affleck did an interview with who's that guy who like talks like this? He's like kind of MAGA. What's his name? Like Theo Vaughn? Is it Theo Vaughn?
Who, by the way, got his start on Road Rules and nobody talks about it. He was on The Challenge.
You're telling me that man is like influencing like incels everywhere? Like, I want to die. I want to die. And his whole like angle is that he like doesn't do any research and he's like not very good at it. And like, that's the bit. And it's like, fuck you.
Remember when people would be educated?
Yeah, remember when people would do research before they would interview people? Like, whoa, crazy. Diane Sawyer, or not Diane Sawyer, Barbara Walters is rolling in her grave as we speak. She was such a bitch sometimes, but...
That's the thing. Like, we can say that they were assholes at times, but they also got the answers.
Yeah. Also, I feel like Rosie O'Donnell was really good at like towing the line between being like, I'm going to like ask an interesting question, but I'm also going to like make you feel comfortable. Like Britney's interviews with her are like some of my favorites.
Now catch a koosh ball.
Yeah. Come on. Like we're going to play a game. Are you watching Love Story on FX?
I am. Yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's just really wild that I see all these people like really romanticizing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys have no idea what you're about to find out.
I'm like, as someone who's been like a fan of those two forever, because I'm like hyper fixated on CBK, I'm like, you guys, like, you don't know. And I'm like, I was like 8 years old when they passed away. So like, I wasn't there, you know, but it's like anyone who really does research knows that they were like insanely toxic for each other.
Yeah, and I actually think one of the first news stories I remember is them recovering the plane. Because I was in Massachusetts. And, like, I remember being at my grandparents' and, like, footage of them recovering the plane. And that's, like, probably one of the first news stories I remember.
I mean, and, like, it's, like, crushed like a can. Like, sorry to be graphic, but it's, like, such a heartbreaking image of just that, like, the remains of the plane. It's so horrible. Yeah, I think it's, like, because they looked hot in photos and they were stylish. Everyone's like, oh, my God, they're so in love. And it's, like, they literally had issues the entire time.
And I think people kind of love a toxic love story thinking it's going to, like, end in this way where they came back together but then died together. It's like he was sleeping with someone else when they died.
Totally. No, like, Carolyn got so fucked over by that entire situation. Like, listeners, if you don't know the lore, like, she had vowed, she's like, I don't want to get on a plane where you are flying it. Like, she hated flying as it was, and she didn't want to be on a plane that he was flying. And he was told by a pilot, like, the conditions are tough. You should, like, let me fly you if you're going to insist on flying tonight, but you should really wait until tomorrow. And her sister Lauren was like, oh, Carolyn, I know you're scared. I'll get on the plane with you. I really want you guys to work it out. Like, they had met for breakfast, and she's like, you guys, work it out. Go to the wedding this weekend. It's going to be great. And then it all went to shit. And I'm sorry if this is like way too dark to bring up, but like, do you ever think about like what was going through their heads in those final moments?
All the time. All the time. Even with the Kobe crash, I always think of that with Kobe. Like,
oh, I'm sick.
It's really awful. Yeah, I do think of that a lot.
That's the kind of mental illness that we have. Where I'm like, at what point do you think John was like, oh shit, I don't know what's going on. Oh shit, I can't see. Oh shit, the controls aren't working.
I have no idea because they hit the water going full speed.
Right. they like
So,
corkscrewed down really fast.
I don't know.
Did you see the movie Send Help? Speaking of plane crashes.
Not yet.
Oh, you're going to love it. Are you a Dylan O'Brien fan?
I'm not a fan, but like I don't understand all the hype.
Interesting. See, in my mind,
celebrity spotting in New York
where did you see him?
at the Haim concert. He was a few rows behind me.
Oh my God. I actually like that just made my face hot. I like newly adopted him as like a falling asleep boyfriend. And I think he's so talented.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen enough movies with him. I did used to watch Teen Wolf, and I thought he was really funny there.
I always forget that he was on that.
But I don't know if I've seen enough movies with Dylan.
There's a movie called Twinless that I just watched the other night. He was really good.
Okay.
It's a little indie. Do you, back to Love Story, do you think it's messed up that they didn't consult the Kennedys before they made the show?
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect anything more from Ryan Murphy or less than Ryan from him.
Talk about rotted.
Talk about like doesn't give a fuck.
I like really hate Ryan Murphy's shows and I don't think he's a good guy. And every time he puts out media, I feel like we're all just a bunch of piggies being led to the trough, like it's just snorting up the slop that he serves us as if it's good. And so with this, I was like, ugh, I like love CBK and JFK Jr. This is going to be hot garbage, but like I have to just see. And then I saw that Connor Hines' name was all over it. So I wonder how much like involvement Ryan Murphy actually had, or if he was just more of like a figurehead. You know what I mean? Because it's like actually a good show.
Yeah, hopefully just the figurehead. But then like this last episode where they have JFK Jr. being like, I love your content. I'm like, oh, there's the Ryan Murphy.
I know. We need to talk about the guy who's playing JFK Jr. really quick because, like, Sarah Pigeon. Did you watch The Wilds on Prime? Mm-mm. Oh, did you like Yellow Jackets?
Didn't watch that either.
Okay, I've done no research on you. I'm so sorry.
No, I should watch more like scripted shows instead of rewatching Vampire Diaries.
No, that's fair. It was this like I think only 2-season show. Yeah, it was really good. It was like a 2-season show on Prime, and Sarah Pigeon was in it. This was like 5 years ago or something. She's really young in it, but she was really good. So I'm like excited to see her having like this leading lady moment. And she's a really strong actor. The guy who plays JFK Jr., however, is like, Carolyn. Like he's not great.
Yeah, I agree. But like, he's at least good looking.
He's serving looks. He's serving face. And I get that. I get that that's like an important part of this role. But also it's like you see videos of JFK Jr. and it's just like all my clothes would have just like melted off, like looking him in the eyes. So it's like I don't get that level of charisma from this young man. And I do wish that maybe that had been prioritized more than just getting like a doppelganger. But like I'll take what I can get, I guess.
I fully agree with you. I get what you mean. Like the way he delivers lines isn't like smooth. The charisma's not there, but maybe the fight scenes will be good.
Yeah, tonight we're getting the Battery Park episode, which I'm super excited about. Also, I saw that the influencer Hannah Chody auditioned for Carolyn. She was like, my flex is that like I was asked to audition for Carolyn. And Hannah Chody's obviously gorgeous. And I don't think she's an actor. I'm like 90% sure she's not. If we're at a point where we're casting influencers to play historic figures, we're so fucking cooked as a society.
Yeah. Sometimes I do miss, this is going to sound so bad because I don't think celebrity worship's good. It's just something that happens and people need to accept it. But I do miss tiers of celebrity. I do miss when there was a structure. And same with like award shows. I hate that like a lot of the Grammys performances this past year could have been the VMAs.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll leave it at that.
And What was it? The Cat's Eye song? Gnarly fried chicken, party in the Hollywood Hills.
I'm like, this would be beautiful on the VMAs or Teen Choice Awards.
Exactly. It's giving, where's my surfboard? I want to win one.
Yeah.
Wait, that was Teen Choice? Yeah.
Oh, it was. Don't worry.
You're like, I would have corrected you. Are you up to date on the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni stuff?
I am, yes.
What are your thoughts on their matching outfits for court? Do you think it was an accident?
I have no idea. I truly, when I saw that, I was like, is Ashton Kutcher going to be like, we're all punking each other? Like, what is going on? Yeah, it was weird, but like, I don't know.
I really was like, how do we explain this? Because like it's a beautiful color combination, that light pink and that olive green. But I was like, it's kind of an unexpected color combination that like the likelihood of two celebrities under these circumstances wearing coordinating outfits is like genuinely crazy.
Do you think they were like, I know I fucking hate you, but what are you wearing?
They sent each other long-winded voice memos and texts being like, after everything we've been through, I think it's best if we coordinate. What are you wearing? And Blake's like, well, as you know, I don't have a stylist, so I'll be picking my outfit myself.
And doing my hair.
Have you seen those TikToks from like a couple years ago when her hairline came out and she was like, let me do it for you. And she was like, shh, 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 like spraying it in and fucking up these girls' like lovely hair.
Yeah.
Would you let Blake Lively fuck up your hair if she tried?
Sure. Why not?
For the lore, for the story.
If it was to be recorded and posted somewhere, absolutely she could mess with my bob.
Yeah. Just take your bangs and rough them up a little. Yeah, it looks amazing. What is your favorite celebrity blind item that you've ever read or one that you enjoy?
So this is obviously very, very alleged and not a blind I believe, but one of my favorites to like read about. So we did a Amber Rose episode, and it was about her being an alleged yachter and having like two yachting best friends. And so she's obviously the reveal, and then Misha Barton is the other person, and Amanda Knox was the last. And like, I do not believe it. I don't think it's true, but that blind is really fun.
Amanda Knox as a yacht girl it's a piece of history that I never knew I needed.
And then there was this random Beyonce blind from like 2007 and it was like, Beyonce was acting crazy. She was out of her mind. She had too much. And then it was like Red Bull. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Like, it just said Beyonce drank a bunch of Red Bull and went crazy.
Listen, who among us hasn't done that?
That's true.
Just one Red Bull too many. How are you feeling about this season of Love is Blind?
Where do they find these men? Like,
I know.
It is such a shame that a lot of these women are or most of them are like accomplished in some way.
Yes.
Doctor, nurse practitioner. We have a whole bunch of different kinds of women and all the men suck like every year. The best one I think is Vic, and I don't mind Jordan.
You and I both agree that Vic is hot.
Yeah, Vic is so hot.
Insanely hot. A very calming, soothing presence. And I'm rooting for him and Christine.
Yeah, I'm hoping they get married. I hope like Amber and Jordan don't get married, but don't break up. Like just date and see if it'll work.
I agree. I'm rooting for those two. I think they're sweet together. I know he's
Alex.
I hate that man. I was listening to your podcast about it. I was like, I think he's such a doofus, and I think his tattoos are disgusting. And I think the fact that like, I don't like love Ashley either, but I mean, like, obviously I'm always going to side with the woman over the dumb, like straight guy, but like, he's such an idiot. And the way his stories keep changing, it's like, I lived in Austin. Like, it's exhausting to listen to. I can't imagine how exhausting it would be to, like, be in it with him. What are your thoughts on Alex?
Yeah, okay. I feel the same, but at least he's, like, funny. Like, Chris was, like, so evil.
Yeah.
Like, Alex makes me laugh because it's so insane. When he was like, I'll have a safe house in New Zealand. I was like, New Zealand? Like,
how did we get there?
What do you mean a safe house in New Zealand?
No, and then you like meet his mom and you're like, this all makes sense. She's like,
she seemed shocked that he was like around.
I know. And then, yeah, she was like, oh, is he here now? I don't know. Nomadic lifestyle. Yeah, I also really hope that Emma doesn't marry Mike.
I know, but I fear it may happen.
I know, I'm a little worried. And I like was listening to your theory about them where you're like, maybe she just wants to be an influencer. Maybe they'll like divorce pretty soon after. And I hope so. But I'm just like, whatever you do not have this man's child if you don't want to.
I know.
And like so listeners, we're pre-recording this episode, but like in last night's episode, when Emma was like, I absolutely want to marry you, her mom's eyes went big, like, oh, so you're going to do this. And I just like was like, prayers for Emma's family, because they seem like really nice and normal in the grand scheme of like families on Love is Blind.
I know. And even Mike's family seems pretty normal. They're just like an Italian family that wants a big family, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing that frustrates me is the way the whole like ceremony started when he was like, but you want to have kids with me, right? You're going to make children? And it's like, she doesn't want them, and she told you in the pod.
1,000,000 times, like, girl, shut up. And like, I got really annoyed with Mike's family though when they were like pressing her about it when it's like when his sister was like, I just want my kids to like have cousins, like we're a really big family. And I'm like, well, obviously, like, I hope that isn't the thing that changes Emma's mind. Like, well, my sister-in-law really wants her kids to have cousins, so I better pop them out.
Meanwhile, her actual sister is like, if I could do it again, I wouldn't.
When people say that, I'm like, okay, I'm not chomping at the bit to do this. Like, it freaks me out.
Feel good about my choice.
Yeah, I'm like, I know everyone came down on Chappell Roan because she's like really annoying, but I'm like, she's right. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, this sucks and I don't like it. And I'm like, well, that's not going to sell me on it.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Is there anything that you hope happens in the finale?
I hope Ashley's with Alex, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope Ashley like reads Alex down. I think that would be really fun. I hope Vic and Christine get married. Mm-hmm. And I hope Devontae and Brittany, I think Devontae's gonna ghost Brittany. I don't think she's gonna be able to find him.
I'm genuinely shocked that Brittany's like, this is my person. This is the person I've been waiting 32 whole years for. I'm like, first of all, 32 is young. Like, I know we're in Ohio, but like, please. And Devontae, I'm like, did you ever like Brittany?
She's like, you don't have to tell me I look good, or you don't have to touch me. You don't have to do anything because I love a quiet man. I'm like, I don't believe you.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, you literally were just like very melancholy and sad about how he doesn't tell you look pretty.
Mm-hmm. But she had a wedding dress.
She already had a wedding dress. I'm shook. What a shit show. I haven't felt so alive watching Love is Blind as I did, or since the season with Laura looking at Jeremy's location on Find My and finding out that he fucked that other girl who was also on the show, and then they rode away on jet skis.
I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
It was riveting television. She's like, why would you expect me to check your location at like 4 a.m? And then she's like, you should have just told me because I did check your location at 4 a.m. And I was like, oh!
Wait, what do you think of Bree and Chris? Do you think Bree and Chris will end up hooking up? And like, also her breaking up with Connor when she was like, I love you so much. I want to be with you. We're breaking up though. That was insane.
I said, Bree, you have some balls on you, ma'am. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm going to sound like a wicked witch, but I just don't get this like mass hysteria over Bree. Like, she's fine, but I think she's kind of annoying. Like, I think she's kind of annoying and patronizing in the way that she talks to Connor. I hope she doesn't hook up with Chris. Like, if she doesn't want to be with Connor, then like, fine. I think like her reasons for not wanting to be with Connor are like kind of gross. Like, I feel like, unfortunately, all the gross things that Chris said about like, you want a guy with money, like you want a guy who can take care of you. That was like kind of what she was alluding to, I felt like, when she broke up with Connor. So I was like, if you knew that, then like, why did you pursue this? I don't understand.
Yeah, he can throw out his keg.
Come on. And I'm like, Connor seems just like kind of a nice guy from Ohio, like totally inoffensive, like at his worst boring. But like, other than that, like, who cares?
At his worst boring is really funny.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. But I'm like, Bree, you're not exactly like the talk of the town. You don't really light up a room per se.
Definitely.
Unless we're referring to your neon orange spray tan.
Yeah. Haven't seen a spray tan like that in a long time.
Didn't you feel you were watching Jersey Shore? You were like, what is happening? Okay, Kelly, we're going to take a quick break here and then we'll be right back.
Perfect.
And we're back. Okay. All right. Now we're going to have like a little millennial girly pop chat. My first question for you is, what's your favorite nostalgic scent as a millennial woman?
DKNY green apple.
I fucking knew you would just have one right there. Does it remind you of a happy time in your life?
I mean, I have worn it forever. I don't think they make it anymore. Like, I just threw out my last bottle. But I also think Lilu from PacSun.
Ooh.
And like Nolly from PacSun. The PacSun perfumes really had me in like a real chokehold. And then my last one, I was a big perfume girl for no reason.
Obsessed.
I loved Curious. And I had like the sprayer one with like the little
the little ball that you squeeze. Oh.
Yeah.
People say that all of Britney's perfumes are like incredible. I've actually never had the pleasure of smelling them, but like, it's just so Britney to like casually have like a bajillion-dollar perfume empire and like never talk about it.
Totally. They were good. I can confirm.
Yeah. I was curious if you were a perfume girl or like a body mist kind of girl.
No, I did work at Bath and Body Works, so I understand why that's confusing.
There are certain Bath and Body Works scents that take me like right back to childhood, like sweet pea or the like eucalyptus mint.
It's really good.
So nice. Also Victoria's Secret Love Spell, iconic.
Yeah, I had all the different caps. Like some caps were like blue, pink, purple. I definitely had like the love pink sprays.
Oh my God. I had the pink Fresh and Clean lotion. And it was literally like baby prostitute smell, but I loved it. And it was like $16 for a big bottle. And I was like, whoa, this is a splurge.
Definitely.
If you could be asked to cover any decade on VH1's I Love the Blank series, which one would you choose and why?
So I think I would choose, it's a tie between like 2000s and 2010s. But I think I would do 2000s. So I could talk about like the OC and One Tree Hill and Gossip Girl. Or Laguna Beach, The Hills, like all the shows that I really loved happened during that time.
That's so true. There was a lot of good pop culture going on in the early 2000s. I feel like I would want to talk 2010s for like college reasons because like going to college in the early 2010s was amazing.
Yeah.
But then the end of the 2010s was just like a series of flops. Like I would say like 2016 through 2019 were kind of just like what even happened?
You're exactly right.
Apart from the election from hell, like what else? You know what I mean? We did get like celebrities beefing on Twitter in the 2010s though, which was a cool time.
That's true. But also we got Instagram for celebrities, which made like, not saying we should chase celebrities the way we used to, but the curation of images became like way more prominent. And I kind of like the mess. And it used to be fun to see like a celebrities like canoodling and like not expecting it. We don't really get that. We get a Dumois backgrid photo.
I've really had enough of Dumois. I've had enough of her. I think a lot of us are kind of like, and now that we know who she is, it's like the allure is kind of gone. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's like, I do miss when celebrities had less control over their public image, but also like they had the freedom of like going to clubs without phones and like fucking around. Like I'm sad that I wasn't a young person in LA in the club scene when you could actually like witness celebrities doing crazy things in a club.
I would take years off my life to go to Les Deux, and I'm not joking.
Yes. No, same. Like if like, you know, a genie was like, you're going to die at like, you know, 80, but you do get to go to Les Deux every night for a week.
Run it back.
Yeah, in like 2008. Yeah. I'd be like, fine, I'm going to be decrepit anyway. Who cares? It's all relative.
Exactly.
What's a celebrity sighting in a club that you like would have loved to see during that time?
This is a little pre that, but the alleged dance off between Justin Timberlake and Britney when they had like a dance battle in the middle of a dance floor.
I didn't know about this.
And like Jenna Dewan is involved because she was dating Justin Timberlake at the time.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if it's ever been confirmed that it happened, but allegedly like it was right after they broke up and they were like trying to like outdance each other.
They're breakdance fighting. Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, obviously Britney won. That's so cringe and like theater kid. I love it. See, I was going to say I would love to see Britney in a club because she's just so mysterious to me. Do you have any blinds on how she's doing?
Allegedly not great, but Troy doesn't like to talk about it.
Okay.
We don't really touch on Britney too often.
Okay. I'll make sure Troy doesn't even know that this episode of my podcast exists. On the premiere episode of Nostalgia and Now, post-relaunch, you mentioned that you have a different relationship to Taylor Swift than you used to. In what way?
You know, I think I used to love Taylor Swift. Like, I have tattoos of her lyrics on my arm, like...
Which ones?
Long story short, I survived.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And I think just like... I don't know if it was the fandom became so much, but it seems like after COVID, after Folklore and Evermore, it really just became like capitalism. Like so many different, you know, vinyls and remixes and all this stuff. And I have a really hot take and I would like your opinion.
Please.
I think COVID saved Taylor's career.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because, like, Lover didn't do well, and she was originally just going to do Loverfest as, like, her own festival in certain cities. And then she released 2 of her best albums, and people didn't have that content to consume, so they were consuming Taylor, and even people who hated Taylor Swift for decades were like, oh, like I actually really like this song. Like,
oh, those albums are so good.
They are. They're, in my opinion, like other than Reputation, probably like those are my favorites.
Same.
Yeah, it's great. They're so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think COVID really kind of created a monster with Swifties and Taylor, and now, you know, she's with Travis Kelce, and it just feels like too much.
Yeah. It feels like the part in the Sex and the City movie where like Big gets mad at Carrie, where he's like, the wedding is too big, Carrie. It's become a circus. Like that's how that's you're Mr. Big. Yeah. You're like, Taylor, it's become a circus. I know. It is. I agree with you. I think it's like the capitalism of it all really hurts my heart, because it almost feels like in order to be like taken seriously as a Swiftie by like other Swifties, you have to like have all the things and all the collectibles and go to all the shows and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's such a gross like flex of wealth and like overconsumption. And I feel really bad for like all the moms of like young kids that are obsessed with Taylor, and they have to be like, I can't afford to get you 50 records, and I can't afford to take you to the Eras tour, and you can still be a Swiftie even if we can't do those things. Like that wasn't a thing when we were growing up. Like with Spice Girls, it was like no one was keeping score over like how many Spice Girls CDs you had. It was just like you either liked them or you didn't. Yeah. And so like that's all annoying, and I do think sometimes she like feeds into it in a way that's like not very mindful, or like not very respectful of people who appreciate her and her music.
Totally. And I'm glad you mentioned like the parents thing, because it really shifted when like my nieces started liking her. And my brother was like, what do you mean I have to buy 5 CDs? I'm like, you don't. You don't. They're all the same other than the covers. Like, please don't buy 5 CDs.
Yeah. Yeah. One of Jake's really good friends, she's like a Swiftie. And when the Life of a Showgirl like theatrical release thing happened, we were like, okay, let's like on a Friday night, like go to Buca de Beppo and then go see the movie. And we literally were sitting there and we were like 2 songs in where we were like, so we just paid like $25 a piece for YouTube videos, lyric videos on YouTube. And then her talking about them. I was like, this is insulting. Yeah. And then the fact that it's only like 2 days creates this like mass hysteria where I'm like, you guys, this is a professional grifter and you can't tell me anything else.
Yeah, it's wild. And also her merch is so shitty. She has such bad quality of her merch.
It's upsetting. And like, yeah, I think that's what's tough too, is like, I think people really, especially the Swifties, really want an all or nothing answer on how you feel about her. And if you criticize her at all, then it's like you're a demon. And I think it's like okay to be critical of her. And like also like I walked down the aisle to a string version of Daylight. Like I love it, which was like, it was awesome. And so much of her music is so special to me. But like, loving someone's music does not mean that they're like a perfect human who's like incapable of making a mistake or making the wrong call.
Yeah, and I get a lot of like, well, you used to support her, so you don't, even though you don't support her now, like what you say doesn't like count. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true.
That's so, what is that argument?
It's like, it's null and void because of how much I used to like her. And I'm like, I think it's okay to like grow out of liking something.
100, are we 5? Like and what?
Like, yeah, still have like a special place for her music and stuff, but yeah, I don't know.
That's how I feel about Charlie Puth.
Oh my God. You and Charlie Puth.
My ex-lover / nemesis. There was a point in my life where he was very special to me, and now I'm like, I think his management and his branding is so sophomoric and ridiculous. I think he's been incapable of evolving and still presents like a 16-year-old. And I think he's kind of losery. And like, we had a beautiful period and now we're done. And that's okay.
He did unrepost your post, right? Or unstitch on TikTok?
He took it down.
Well, I hate him too.
Yeah, fuck him. Well, also, it's like, I think about like the Jonas Brothers, and I'm like, I feel like they've done a really good job of like evolving sound wise to be like, we're grown-ups now, we're still the Jonas Brothers, but we're grown-ups and like our sound has changed, and they make like really good music. And I feel like Charlie is like somehow getting like more juvenile with the music. It's like so shticky and gimmicky where I'm like, what are we doing here? Like now you're trying to be Phil Collins. Like what's happening?
Know who should be a smaller artist?
Charlie Puth. Also, imagine fumbling that up. Bring it back to Taylor Swift. Imagine fumbling that opportunity so badly. It's like he should have just come out with something, and he didn't do
a Taylor Swift song.
Anything. And he just was kind of like, cool. And I was like, okay. Moving right along. You and I, speaking of Charlie Puth, you and I both love holding a grudge. What is...
Sorry.
Is this the best interview you've ever been given?
I love it.
What is a grudge against a celebrity that you have, whether it's for personal reasons or on behalf of someone else?
Hey, Spencer Pratt, welcome to your tape. Yeah, Spencer Pratt and I will always have beef. He blocked me so early on in Laguna Beach. And then people would DM him being like, why did you block Laguna Beach? And he'd say, because she's the biggest Lauren fan in the world. And I was being nice. I was being nice to him. And then he blocked me. And
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So every chance I get, I try and remind people that like the only people who benefit by saying The Hills was fake are the people who were edited very poorly.
That's a really good point.
And I interviewed Justin Bobby, and he told me I never got a script ever. Producers started to put together storylines by the end of season 3, but pre that, no. So
Justin Bobby, JB is always going to keep it real.
He is.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, Spencer will always be an op.
Mm-hmm.
I think like at his best, entertaining. At his worst, truly evil.
True evil, yeah.
Do we think Heidi's evil then by proxy?
I don't know about Heidi. I don't know.
To say.
I kind of unfollowed her after she was eating raw meat in the streets.
I forgot about that. Was that during COVID?
Yeah, I don't forget anything when it comes to
that's
those.
healthy.
Yeah.
And that sounded sarcastic. It's not. She's like very like make America healthy again in a way that's like side eye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The raw meat thing is like, what are we fucking doing? I love a steak tartare. I love sushi, but like beyond that, what are we doing?
Like, why are you eating liver in the middle of LA?
Stop it. Stop this. Okay. You're super open about how your 20s were kind of a chaotic time for you. That ultimately led to like a lot of very important special growth and this like amazing chapter you're in right now. And I think it's like easy to focus on the bad because I also had a very chaotic 20s, which we've talked about before offline. But is there any like fond memory you have from that time where you're like, you know, that was cool, or like, hey, I'm proud of myself in that moment?
I was so fearless. Like, I just, one time I emailed Gillette Stadium trying to interview Taylor Swift. I made a fake press pass, got all the way backstage, ended up like petting Taylor Swift's mom's Great Dane.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
they were like, where are your credentials? I was like, oh, this isn't my credentials. And like, that's insane. That was for her 1989 tour. I moved to Nashville by myself. I didn't know anybody.
Amazing.
Lied my way into Gavin DeGraw's bar opening. Like, I was just not afraid of anything. And I wish I did more stuff sober, but like drunk me was really going to do whatever she wanted, good or bad, unfortunately.
You were like, I'm on a mission and I don't care.
I mean, I was 30 when I did this, but do you remember when I just got an apartment in New York and I was like, I'm moving in 4 weeks. And you were like, what?
I was like, cool. Yes. And I do get that and admire it because I did a lot of that shit in my 20s too, where I would be like, I'm going to try and get Wells Adams to date me by tweeting at him 1,000,000 times. And then it didn't work. But you know, what a story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think like I wasn't afraid to say anything bad. Like, that was tough. There were definitely things I wish I didn't do and like outbursts with friends and stuff. But yeah, I think just how fearless I was, and I wasn't afraid to try stuff. And, you know, everyone told me like Laguna Beach was stupid. And I was like, you're stupid. Like, you know?
Hell yeah. And they were stupid. And they are stupid. That's awesome. Yeah. I think something that's so refreshing about you as a person and as a host is like, you're so open, like you're such an open book. And I think it's really empowering. And I'm speaking from my own experience here too. I think it's really empowering to be like, I've grown and changed. I'm no longer that person, but like, I can like, instead of like hiding my skeletons away and being like, oh my God, like I hope you never see these, being like, look how fucking crazy this skeleton is. Do you want to talk about it? And then people are like, wait, that's a great story. And like, I can tell that you're not that person anymore, but like, cool. It's okay. You're like allowed to be flawed, you know?
Yeah, it took me a while to be able to laugh at like some stuff that I did because I used to go in shame spirals and all this stuff. And it's like some stuff I should probably like apologize a little bit more from. But it's also like, I'm not friends with those people anymore for a reason. So
totally.
What is
That's
it?
like, I think that can be a really interesting like line to toe in like healing and growing and therapy and all that, where it's like, yes, I want to like have accountability and like own where I could have been better. But also it's like, that doesn't mean that like other people weren't shitty to me and that I'm not valid in feeling the way I feel. Like I don't need to take on all of that. I can take on my part, but like you were still an asshole and we're still not friends, and that's okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Totally. My last question for you, Kelli. This flew by. You're the coolest person I know. So you're in this exciting new era. You brought back nostalgia, and now Beyond the Blinds is still crushing it. You're disentangling yourself from Laguna Beach. You are Kelli Williams. What are you looking forward to in this current chapter of your life, your career, whatever?
I think I need to learn how to be okay with things going good. And that's something I'm really trying to like be present and in the moment for, because I'm sure you get like this too. It's like, what's next? Like I guess I'm excited to just be like in it and like be excited while it's happening, instead of being like, you know, last year we did like 17 live shows or something. But at those shows, like I couldn't really like be fully present because I was thinking of too many other things.
Right.
So yeah, I think like I'm just excited to be in the moment, be present, you know, bringing back nostalgia. And now it was hard because I was insane on that show.
I mean, all of my old episodes, you were like, I thought about taking them down. I'm like, I've gone down that same road in my head. But I agree with what you said on your show, which is like, it's important. It's cool to see how far you've come. You know what I mean? But sorry, keep going.
So I think I'm just like excited, and like I'm finally like being able to like laugh at the stuff I did when I was drinking, instead of being like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And like just giving myself more grace and more aspects of life, I think.
100%. Well, you are crushing it, Kelli, and I'm so honored that you came on the show. This was so fun. Will you please tell my listeners where they can find you?
Yeah, this was really fun. And thank you for also listening to Nostalgia Now. I really appreciate it.
Obsessed.
You can listen to me over there. It's just me. But if you want to hear me and Troy, we're over on Beyond the Blinds. And then on Instagram, I'm Laguna_Biatch.
Hell yeah. And listeners, if you don't follow me already, follow me at Hannah Aaron Brown on all the things. And if you love this podcast, leave it a rating and a review. Send it to a friend, whatever. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.